All right, what's up, my friends? Welcome to the complete set review for Foundations. Now, it's important to note Foundations is more than one set, all right? There's a starter kit with 150 reprints for standard, that it's not going to be draftable, and a jumpstart thing. This is only for the main set you'll find in Play Boosters. I'm doing the starter cards in a different section on Sunday, so be aware of that. But we're going over all the cards, constructed, limited, and giving out the rewards you know and love. And we're just having a good time, folks. You know, we're just having a good time going through this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's the first time here. Support the content. A lot of work goes into the set review. And if you like it, please support it. All right. Check out our sponsor also, Elgato. How do I do this? It's those, folks. If you do any work from home, if you do content, if you're on a computer a lot, Photoshop, Excel, whatever you do, you should have a stream deck. Also, key lights, face cam, runs my entire stream. Check it out. Elgato, please use the link in chat description. Promo code ZZGym5, 5% off your order at Elgato.com. Elgato partner and damn proud of it. Let's get some multicolor here, right? Alicia, who laughs at fate. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Laughing, sorry. Not on cue there. Rakdos, legend. 2/2 first strike. Whenever Alicia attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then raid. Beginning of your end step, you attack this turn. Return target creature card mana value less than or equal to Alicia's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, Alicia is similar to the previous version of this card where it kind of has to attack to do something. It does do that pretty well as a 3/3 first strike, and then obviously can trigger itself with the raid. Important to note that you can raid off the 2-drop or 1-drop as well, which is cool. Comes back for free. One important thing though here is that like you can trigger this on turn 3 with a 2-drop attacker. But what if you don't have any cards in your graveyard? You know, so that's kind of the issue where like now we have a need to get things in the graveyard and do other things too to set this up. So the card's pretty powerful. I'm not super high on the prospects in standard here because of the fact that like it just requires a lot of pieces. FOMO works pretty cool. Inti works also. I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely the best Alicia we've seen so far. But I'm not sure. FOMO is pretty good. FOMO is very, very good with this card, obviously. So we'll see. Maybe Delirium deck or something like that. But yeah, cool card. Bonkers and limited. Absolutely bonkers and limited. But constructed, we'll see. Anthem of Champions is next. It's a trap. And this card does look really cool. All right. Green-white enchantment Anthem. So glorious Anthem for only 2 mana. The problem with this card is twofold. The first problem is that creatures are just really freaking good these days, and they don't need the help. Back in the day when Glorious Anthem and Crusade were like viable cards, all the creatures were terrible. They just sucked. So like you had to like put shitters in play and then pump them up somehow. Nowadays they're all so good that like you just don't really need this effect, you know? That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is that it's a green-white card. It's very, very limited in scope, what you can do with it. So like, there has to be a green-white wingy deck that needs to augment its creatures and so on and so forth, which is kind of, you know, also. So like maybe the rabbit stuff from Bloomburrow, but by itself, not very exciting. Warleader's Call, which gives you the ping ability for each creature, is also really cool. It doesn't see much play. So like, this card seems a lot worse than that card too. So if there's some sort of green-white tokens deck, sure. Otherwise, this card just seems kind of eh. It's pretty good limited if you're going wide, and a fun casual card too. But I think Magic has gotten past the point of anthems, basically, and this card is a victim of that. So trap card for multicolor, Anthem of Champions is what it is. Next up is Ashe Root Animist. We have a 4-mana 4/4 trample. Great stat line. I guess good stat line. Whenever it attacks, another creature you control gets +X and trample until end of turn where X is this creature's power. Obviously a bonkers limited card, right? Just like 4/4, huge upside, pumps things. The problem for constructive is it's just a 4/4 for 4. You just play it and it just doesn't do anything immediately. So without ways to give his haste, not very exciting. It feels like it almost beat uncommon, right? Like it's kind of whatever. But yeah, great limited card, constructed card. Unless there's really, really easy ways to give things haste, kind of unexciting. Balmor returns. Love this card. Is it spells? Sees play in certain formats. It's a wizard. Great limited card. to reprint. We're not going to spend too long on the reprints because we already know what they are, what they do. So, cool card. Consuming Aberration's also a reprint, but from a very, very long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Old Ravnica. 5 mana for a creature horror, beloved casual card. Power and toughness equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. When you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards top of their library, to they reveal a land card, and puts all those cards in the graveyard. So this is a huge idiot that can mill your opponent. But that being said, it's kind of just a huge idiot. If you're playing mill stuff, you're probably not playing many creatures, so you want to just kill it. Really fun commander card, really fun casual card. I don't think this card will see much play in Constructed. Great draft card, though, you know? And then also fun, it has the, it will kill your opponent if they're playing Belcher, which is fun, but there are better ways to do that. So, yeah, fun card, fun reprint, but... Draftable Scavenger is a new card. It's our signpost uncommon for drafts for Dimir. 2 mana for a 2/2 flyer. Whenever it ETBs or attacks, draw and discard, so nice graveyard filler. And if you have Threshold, it gets +1/+1 as Death Touch. So, just good, solid draft card. Nothing more, really. Just kind of is what it is. Alenda, Saint of Dusk. Folks, this card is ridiculous. 4 mana for a 4/4 lifelink Vampire Knight with hexproof from instants. Go for the throat. Witchtalker's Frenzy, etc., etc. As long as your life total is greater than your starting life total, it's +1/+1 to 5/5 as Menace. And then it gets +5/+5 if your life total is 10 greater than your starting life total. So if you're at 30, it's 10/10. And if you're at 21, it's a 5/5 with Menace. Lifelink monster, hard to kill, just a great beater. Card's great. Great mid-range card, hard to kill, life gain's huge. Card's awesome. Big fan of this card. I think on pure rate, this card's almost good enough. And if you put in some life gain synergies or whatever, oh boy, this card does it. Unlimited, absolute slam dunk, just a total banger. Alenda, Saint of Dusk, best in show for multicolor in Foundations. The Eagle returns. This is your signpost uncommon in blue-white. Flyers, pump them up, 2/3 flyer. This card saw a little bit of play in Standard and in Pioneer. It's a bird and a spirit, but probably not likely to happen that much, but it's close, but in limited card's great. That's really it. Fiendish Band, a new card, great art. 4 mana for a 3/2. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on this. Whenever it dies, return a target non-bear creature card with mana value less than or equal to its power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Bonkers limited card. Even if you don't gain any life, they just kill this, you get back a 3-drop. Awesome, right? And if you do gain life, it gets much better too. So, great limited card. Constructed, probably not. It's closer than it looks, honestly, but probably not. But banger limited card. Unicorn's a reprint. 3 mana for a 2/2. Creature you control EDBs, put a counter on that creature. Great for go wide stuff. Reprint, pretty good card. Reinforcements are the reprint. Another really good card. Soft play and Standard. If you go wide, this card's pretty awesome. Great limited card also. Not sure if it's good enough in Standard anymore, honestly. Immidane's Recruiter's a lot better. But good card. Good. It's good after a Wrath. It's good before a Wrath or after a Wrath. It's pretty good. So, card's good. Coma returns in a different shape. Same mana cost, but much bigger booty.
Good lord.
Whoa. That's a booty right there. 12. That's a lot. And can't be countered. Trample, ward 4. If it deals combat damage to your opponent, make 4 3/3s. Obviously a very powerful card. Just like original Coma, an absolute ridiculous limited card. Not as good as original Coma, though, which was a much better card that could, didn't need to attack, makes tokens, taps things, turns things down. Coma was ridiculous. This one's not as good, but still pretty powerful. Probably won't see play in Constructed, I don't think. It's honestly not a bad reanimation target because it has ward, but I don't know. There's just so many big dumb things you can do. It doesn't really seem good enough, but great limited card, super fun card. Kaikar, Zephyr Awakener. 4 mana for a 3/4 flying bird wizard. Cast a non-creature spell, you get to blink something, return it end step, or make a 1/1 flying spirit token. This is the kind of card that's totally capped by the fact that A, it's a creature, wants non-creature spells, and B, the blink is not immediate. Pretty powerful card, great limited card, obviously, but I think this card's kind of meh. Constructed, just not good enough. I don't know what deck would ever play this card. So, good draft card, though. Lathro, Blade of the Elves. Apparently, this is a hated commander card. I obviously have no idea. But 4 mana for a 2/3 menace. Deal combat damage to a player, make them many elves, and then you can tap 10 elves and this to deal each opponent lose 10, you gain 10. So, yeah, I mean, obviously kind of cool with Tyvar to give it haste. If there is like an elf Tyvar deck, that'd be pretty sweet. But that being said, for one-on-one play, like, I don't know, it might not be good enough. Great limited card, obviously. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Muldrotha the Gravetide. Every set's a commander set, folks. Just is what it is. You know? Another beloved commander card. Probably won't see playing constructed. Good limited card if you can cast it. You know what it does. Misit Visionary. New Misit. 6 mana for a 5/5 flyer. No max hand size. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards. Burst Lightning you. Draw 2. That's pretty good. So, kind of a weird card where, like, it's kind of a control finisher that wants you to play burn spells, which is fine, I guess, for removal spells, although blue-red tends to struggle with larger creatures. But powerful card. The fact that it's counterable and killable is rough. So I think this card probably won't get there in constructed, but great limited card. Fun card overall. It's cool. Perforating Artist, the signpost for Rakdos, the mana for a 3/2 Death Touch, Devil. Raid, end step, do the whole Punisher thing. So they lose 3, or sack a non-permanent, or discard a card. Good draft card. Body's good. Not hard to trigger. It's a good draft card. Progenitus!
Inconceivable!
Not exactly sure why we want to have Progenitus in Standard. There really aren't many ways to cheat it. That's obviously not a card you can reanimate. It's also pretty uncastable. It is cool with the Cruel Claw and ways to cast things for free, I guess. But, I mean, it's the kind of card where, like, as a newer player, I would open this and be like, what? You know, so which is kind of cool, I guess. But, sure. And then, hopefully we'll cast this card Bronze Mythic, but I kind of doubt it, honestly. Ruby Returns. Good mana dork. Reasonable card. Playable for sure. Needs the right home. Good draft card. Swiftplay Vindicator here is another reprint from an older set, and I'm going to give this card a sleeper award. I think this card is coming in at just the right time. 2 mana for a creature, 1/1 human soldier, double strike, vigilance, trample. There right now are a ton of excellent auras, protection spells, augmentation spells to really, really kind of want a double striker in your deck. We see it happening right now in Standard with the Manifold Mouse, but it requires more things. And, like, this just does it by itself. Play this on turn 3, play a protection aura on it, untap, cast Monstrous Rage, you know? So, not, like, sure this card will see play, but Ethereal Armor is legal. Boros Auras is kind of a deck also. And I think this card's got some big sleep potential and could be really, really good. It's a cool card, too. Just a fun keyword kind of card. I like it. In limited, the card's great, obviously, too. One ways to pump it, but definitely want access to that, but cool card. Tatiova, Benthic Druid. I love this card. It's fun. It's also got the landfall wording now, too. It didn't say landfall initially. 5 mana 3/3, landfall, gain a life, draw a card. Tao's Tracker on steroids. And then more of a 6-drop, great limited card. I could conceivably see this card seeing play constructed, but probably not. But great limited card. Absolute banger. 1,000-Year Storm. Weird combo card that no one knows what to do with. Have fun, honestly. Don't put it in your draft deck. Have fun and constructed. Do your thing. Wardens of Cycle's a new card. A Golgari Signpost uncommon. 4 mana for a 3/4 Morbid. Beginning of your end step, for creature die this turn, gain 2, or draw a card and lose 1. Banger card. Banger, banger, banger card. Card's awesome. Great limited card. Just good stuff. Just great. Zimone Returns. Paradox Sculptor. No prime numbers here. 4 mana for a 1/4. Being in combat your turn, put a counter on each of the 2 creatures you control. Spend 2 mana and double each kind of counter on up to 2 creatures or artifacts you control. This card's pretty good. You get to play it and use it immediately. That's really powerful, you know? And then major upside. This is a banger limited card. And then in constructed, it's probably not good enough. It's just too slow. But the effect is really powerful. Great limited card. A card I would be happy to first pick in a draft. Cool. That's it for Multicolor. So to recap, Alenda, Saint of Dusk is your best in show. Your sleeper card is Simply Vindicator. Your trap card is Anthem of Champions, and there is no Bombin Common because there are no commons. So, what's next? Colorless and lands. Let's do it. Like, comment, subscribe, support the content. Reminder, this review is only doing the cards in the main set you will open in Play Boosters. I'm also doing a review for the cards in the starter set. There are 150 cards going straight to standard in that set. Very important. Not draftable, though. So, separated them. It's also too many cards to do at once. So, look for that Sunday and other videos. YouTube folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. You're all great. Last section's coming up.